Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Bree from With Love Bree, and today I have a project share for Fancy Pants Designs. So if you all saw my unboxing of this kit, it is the Cookies for Kringle Christmas scrapbooking kit that they recently put out. So I made a couple of projects. They asked me to do 2 or 3. I did 4 of them, I believe. And you guys, I will be posting a video of what happened to my project. My bottle of glue just opened up and literally went all over my finished project. So luckily I was able to, cover it up as best as I could, but I will be showing you guys that. So instead of freaking out, I usually just laugh at those kinds of things and just try to do my best to cover the mess ups because it's just not worth getting mad over. But anyway, so I was left with a bunch of product still. So I was able to make 4 things and still have one of each 12 by 12 paper left over. I have, still even cutouts that I didn't use, like this tag. I have leftover pieces from some of the pattern papers, a bunch of ephemera and journaling cards and tags, and even the stickers I have a bunch of left over. So grab, yourself some of this stuff. I had one of the 12 by 12 kits and then an ephemera pack and the puffy stickers, and it's still gonna last me for a couple more projects. So if you guys would like to see a unboxing of that kit, I will have it linked down below for you guys. But here are the projects that I made. So the first thing that I created, which I'm going to zoom in for you guys so that way it's easier for y'all to see. And Kalea's coloring, so if you hear her in the background digging through her color pencil bucket, that's what you're hearing. Okay, so I created some gift card holders, and I used a Scrap Diva Designs die that I guest designed for. And I had to go back to this die because I just thought it would go so well with this collection. And so I made 3 gift card holders. Not only did I use Scrap Diva Designs charcuterie board die, I also used her little tab die. Let me grab them really fast so I can show you guys. I was working on these in the kitchen, so it's on the island right now. So let me go ahead and grab them so I can show y'all. Okay, so I did use a lot of the new Scrap Diva Designs dies that that she sent me to design with. So I have a haul of that as well down below. I will link them down for you guys, all the videos and any kind of links that will help you guys get to the videos or anything quicker. So this one was one of the first dies that she sent me. Sorry. And it was the charcuterie board one. She does have a circle one as well, but this is the one that she sent to me. And I love this die. At first I was like, what am I going to do with it? But I thought making some tags would be perfect. So I did use that die, and then this is the other die right here that I was talking about. So she has a couple of stitched borders, and then she also has some that punch out little hearts, some teardrop like kind of designs, just different things. So like I said, I have a haul video or like a unboxing of these, and I use those two on these tags in particular. So this is how they turned out. I did use some of the ephemera. I know this wasn't the first one I showed you guys, but oh well. So I did use some of the ephemera from the kit, or not the kit, but from the collection. I did put some of these gems from, or like rhinestones from Buttons Galore and More. I do have a $10 referral link. I will link that down below for you guys. It's free to use, but you guys can save 10 bucks on your order if you would like. And I just scattered some of those on there to add some different kinds of texture and also sequins. On top here, I did use some diamond dots to just add to the little sprinkles that were on there, because there were white sprinkles, but again, to add some texture and dimension, I added some of the diamond dots. So that's how this one came out. And then on the backs, just so you could see through it that it's a pocket, I used just some regular solid cardstock, so that way the recipient can reuse it. And then or if you want to put a to and from, you can also put it on the back there too. But it does hold a gift card, so I pulled a gift card that I have, and it fits in there perfectly. And it does cover what's behind it, but I purposely, you know, made it this size or else it would be way too big. And when you pull it out, then it can be used as like a little hanging element for your Christmas tree or anything like that. And you can string the little string through the hole here. So I made 3 of those. So let me share with you guys the 3 different kinds I made. So here's another one. And this one says, "We wish you a Merry Christmas." I did put some of the pieces on foam right here. And I had to use the whisk because of the sentiment. And I put one of the poinsettia ephemera pieces on the back. Again, more rhinestones and sequins. And I also used the little tablespoons, or the measuring spoon, sorry. And that's how that one turned out. Cute. And then the last one, which was the first one I was showing you guys, is this one right here. I did use some of the enamel dots that come in the kit. And then this one I put official cookie baker. So if you guys have like a cookie spot that you guys know that the person likes, or a baking like store, if they like to bake, you can, you know, put that on there. You can even use these as tags for some stuff that you've baked yourself. So if you want to do that and then add a gift card inside, you can do that. So I added some diamond dots to the ephemera piece to add some more like color to it, because it kind of just looked too flat. So I added some there in red and brown. And then I added some of the iridescent ones to some of the berries on here. I didn't want to do too much of them because, as you guys can see, there's a lot. So I only picked and choose which ones I was going to put them on, but you can kind of see the ones that are raised where I put them. So that is the other one. And I realized that these are red, white, and blue. The backings. But anyway, okay, so those are the 3 charcuterie board tags that or gift card tags that I made. Alright, and so the next thing that I'm going to show you guys is this one right here. So this is actually another gift card holder, but this is a coffee cup, and this die is from, I think Scrap Diva actually has one of these, something similar to it. I don't have it, but she should have one in her shop, I believe. I think I've seen her share that. But this one in particular is one I've had in my stash for a while, and it's from Honeybee. It's the coffee cup gift card holder. So this is how it looks. I was going to make 2, but then I realized I just made 1. I thought I made 2, but oh well. I can always make another one. So I'll show you guys how the gift card comes in here. Like there was a little dry, kind of. It's really warm here. Okay, so right here I put official cookie taster. I just think, you know, like a cup of hot cocoa or, you know, something like that. You could put a Starbucks card. So I put the official cookie cake taster, not caker, and on the plate right here I added some green diamond dots to the outer edges, and then I stuck a gingerbread ephemera piece onto the plate to make it kind of look like there's a gingerbread cookie on there. And then I used one of the holly leaf and berry ephemera pieces, and I just added some diamond dots to the berries. And then I thought the top needed something, so on the top I did do some stitching on the layering piece, because it does come with a layering piece. And I also stitched the base right here of the coffee cup that covers the gift card, and then also for the coffee cozy, what is that, the sleeve. So I did stitch on those pieces. And then this tree right here is from Paper Rose. It's a stitched Christmas tree. It comes with 2 different kinds. This one also has been in my stash for a while, so I'm not entirely sure if it's available, but I got it on scrapbook.com, and it looks like this. So I love these trees. I just used it this year. I think I got it a couple years ago, or maybe a year ago. I think it was a couple years ago. And I just love how it looks. It has that faux stitching on there, so I did it out of mint. And then I used, are these mint colored sequins? I mean diamond dots. I think I used white diamond dots. I can't tell because, I don't know. I'm colorblind. I don't think so. So these right here are just white diamond dots, and I just scatter them around the tree, and then I used a star like prism rhinestone from Buttons Galore and More, and I added it to the top, and it just fit perfectly on there. And then again, like on the top corner, like I was saying, I needed something there, so I just used an ephemera piece again. For that, I need to add some diamond dots to those berries. I did use some of that Dollar Tree snow trim that I have in my stash, and then added a puffy sticker that was a bow onto the top. And I did put all that up onto one piece of foam tape. And then to add a little bit more to the corners, instead of adding diamond dots, I used a white gel pen to kind of make it look like snow. So I did that. And then the sleeve just slides off like this, and I used pink cardstock for that. And then here is the back. I used this star paper, and I did add some, I don't know if you guys can see on some of the stars on here, I did add some stickles in red. Oh, I actually have it here still because I haven't cleaned my craft room. It's insane over here. It's called Christmas Red, so in case you guys want to pick it up, it's a really pretty red, and I love stickles, so I did add some of that onto here, and I just add them onto some of the stars, not behind the coffee sleeve holder, or coffee sleeve, but I did it on the outer edges. So then you open it up, and then there's another pattern. You can cover up this piece right here if you'd like. It doesn't come with like a layering piece, but if you just die cut another one of these, you can just cut it up and use it to cover that if it bothers you. I don't mind it, it's handmade, so it's whatever. So you put the gift card in there, and then I did use some hot glue. You can staple it or whatever. I didn't want the staple to be there. I forgot to staple it, and I already put this layer on top, so if you want to staple it, you can use this top layering piece to cover the staple, but I did it too late, so I used hot glue on the inside of here to kind of glue it down to hold it, and then you just use the sleeve to keep the gift card in there. Okay, and that's how it looks, and then it just has the gift card inside. Isn't it not cute? I love this die. I don't know why I haven't used it. If I have used it, it probably was like one time, but I've had it for so long. So there is the coffee cup gift card holder. So I made a couple of gift card holders. I think Christmas is the perfect time if it's not for birthdays or, you know, other celebrations. So there is that one right there. Just, I kind of want to get these in frame, kind of. So the next thing I'm going to show you guys is a card and a matching like envelope. The envelope, I guess, is more for like if you're going to be gifting it to someone and handing it off to them. I don't know, if you were to mail it, it wouldn't fit. You can't really do a flat mail. But this is the card, and the die that I used is one that I picked up last year, and I never used it. It was the Tim Holtz Thinlits Retro Oven die. And if the retro doesn't, you know, call for this collection, I don't know what other die will. This collection is so retro, so I thought it was just perfect. So I busted it out, and I went ahead and I made a cute shaker card. And these little trees, where did I get those trees? Oh, it comes from this right here, I think. Yeah, it actually has. So it has, I mean, it's a Christmas die. Come on. So I die cut it from here. And then I used some shaker pieces from Buttons Galore and More. The sequins are actually from my stash, but the little rhinestones inside are from Buttons Galore and More that I used. And then I used some of the ephemera on the corner here, like this little bundt cake. I did add my own little, like, toppers using some diamond dots. And then I added some red diamond dots to the little holly berry and leaves that are down on the ephemera piece. I did make some little poinsettia flower pieces. I just die cut one. I wasn't going to get too crazy since it's a card. And I just added some diamond dust onto the top of the card right here. And yeah, that was how it looks. I made my oven red and pink with some gold. And then I also added some of this really pretty blue foiled paper because there's some blue in this collection, so I wanted to try to add it in there. So I just used some foil paper. And then I did use my white gel pen and added some little elements to kind of make it stand out a little bit. but you know, you don't have to do that. I just felt like it was too red for me, so I needed to kind of break it up with some of that white. So there's that, and you can see the blue foil right here. And the inside, I'm going to line it up with some white paper. I just totally forgot to. But there's that. And then the card envelope I made is this one right here. This is, I think, a KS Craft die. And it's a little envelope, and it does fit inside. I did use a Scrap Diva Designs bow die. And you guys, I made only one bow, but you can make several, actually, with one cut for the layering pieces. So you just have to die cut them out of different colors of paper, and you can make multiple bows. So that's another die that I used from Scrap Diva Designs. And this is how it turned out. I did add diamond dots because you know me, I'm a diamond dot girl. So I added some to the red and the pink. I didn't want to overdo it by adding it to the greens, so I just did it to the red and the pink. I did use some of this gold thread and wrapped it around. It's like gold and white. And then I added a little jingle bell. That's a glittered jingle bell. Then here in the corner, I did add a little recipe card ephemera piece, and I stitched it with red thread, and I just did a wobbly stitch the second time. The first time I just went around it. I did make some poinsettia flowers by layering a couple, so I have two small ones here, the medium size, and then I have a larger one with all three sizes stacked up on each other. Again, I added some diamond dust to the outer edges, and then another one of the bundt cakes I used so that way it can match with the card, so that they're matching here. And I added again more diamond dots. Then for here I put love in the oven, because inside is like an oven. And then I did use the candy cane ephemera piece, and I added some of the stickles onto the ephemera. And I also added stickles to all the little poinsettia centers on here. So I don't know if you guys can see it. It's kind of hard, but it's there. So I did add some stickles onto there. And that is the little envelope for the card. So I did use two different papers for the top and the bottom part, because you can die cut those separately. And then the back I just used red cardstock, so that way in the inside it's just plain. And this just goes on inside. I didn't make it two-dimensional because I knew it was going to be going in here. So it just goes on in there, and you could just, you know, hand this to somebody, or you can mail it with a package. So I just think it turned out so cute, but that is how that one turned out. So I'm going to take this out so you guys can see it. But this is my first time using this die. I picked it up a while ago, and I am loving it. I love this style of envelope. So that is how that turned out. Okay, and then the last thing that I did, let me move this out of the way because I am showing you guys the last thing here. Like I said, they asked me to do 2 or 3 of them. I couldn't. This collection honestly needed more than just 2 or 3 projects. I could not. This was such a cute collection for me, so. Alright, now, let me, okay, so this one did use a couple of different items, or like dyes and stuff, so I will be sharing with you guys so you guys know exactly what I used. But I made a recipe book for my mom. My mom watches my videos, so I can't really surprise her anymore. So, hi Mom, if you're watching this. Hi Mama. So this is, like I said, a recipe book. And this is the one that got messed up. Like I said, I'll have a video. I do have I have it recorded on TikTok, but I guess I'm going to try to record it on, or post it onto Instagram. I know Instagram and TikTok, their sounds are all like different, so you can get marked up on Instagram if you're using a sound from TikTok that Instagram doesn't allow. So it's so much work, I can't keep up. So I'm going to try. But glue splattered all over, like globs of glue. It was just like liquid all over this after it was already done. This piece right here is damaged. You can't really tell, but I could see it. I'm just kind of glad it's for my mom. I know she won't judge me on it. But you guys, none of this, like these mistletoe or holly leaves and berries were actually not there. These were non-existent. Everything else was, but this tree also didn't have anything on it. It was just a plain pink Christmas tree because I liked that stitching. But because there was glue all over it, I had to kind of figure out what I was going to do. And so I just die cut some of these holly leaf and berries, and then I also covered up the tree with just some diamond dust. So that's how that turned out. So let me go ahead and just show you guys how it looks. But I really hope my mom could use this for her stuff. But you guys can see. So she has some glue all over her. And glue dries clear, but I mean, you can kind of see it. And there was glue all over here, so it looks like I used Mod Podge in one area and it just dried up clear, and same over here too. But I'm really hoping, I need to take pictures, and I'm really hoping it's not going to get all of that. But I try to cover it up with, again, some of these leaves here, here, and here. And then I cover the tree up, as you guys can see. It's pretty glittery, or whatever, with diamond dust. And then I did use some ephemera pieces down here, just some of the ingredients, and an unbaked bundt cake. And she's holding a plate of cookies, and I just used some puffy stickers from Hobby Lobby that said that I spelled out bake with. And like I said, it only had this bake and the tree, and it got messed up. Okay, so it's a chipboard recipe book. Oh, and on the back I did put a handmade little mitten die cut, and it is a stamp, so I will be showing you guys that. That's also from Scrap Diva Designs, and it's made out of chipboard. I did use some of this mint seam binding for the closure, and then I used my We Are Memory Keepers cinch machine. I used the mini one, but I realized that the size of wire binding that I use actually doesn't work with my mini cinch, so I had to pull out my Heidi Swap one. So I did use that. But when you open it up, this is how it looks. And I used red cardstock from Daiso that I showed you guys in a haul video to cover up this, and it just worked perfectly to cover up all the chipboard. And then I used two different kinds of pattern paper. So the inside has this pattern here, and then the outside is this poinsettia one that I used for this envelope. And what I did, okay, so what I did was I created a couple of little pockets using some of those school, like from the dollar, or from Bullseye Playground, those pockets that, you know, we always buy whenever school time comes around. I bought a bunch of them this year. I don't think I needed to. I think Amazon has some. But I spent some money on some of these pockets. And what they are is they're self-adhesive pockets, so that way you can use them for labels for, you know, organizing, or if you're a teacher, you can use them as well. And what I did was I actually stamped and die cut all these little mittens. They're little barcode mittens, and it has different things on there. So it says sugar coated, baked with love, homemade, make a wish, just a bunch of cute little like handmade sentiments. So what I did for these is I did make this removable. So I went ahead and I made it to where my mom can place this wherever she wants. It doesn't have to be in the front or anything like that. So all she has to do is pop it back in. So this is like the Mambi planners where you can pull out the pages. I basically made it like that, but with a wire binding. So I did use gold from We Are Memory Keepers. And then when you open it up, I had another page. So I messed up here and I made the pages too long. So I had to cut this down, and what it did was it made this into two separate pieces, because this used to just be folded into one and it used to flip all as one. But now it's two pieces, so I just glued a piece of white cardstock on here so my mom could just put another recipe on here, and it'll have like a really pretty pattern. So if she has something specific on here, she can do that. She can also use this as like a notepad for things that she needs to make for dinner for Christmas, and her, you know, like little notes. So that way it's all in one spot. These don't get removed. I didn't make them to where you can remove them. So this one she just has to tear out. But the glue dripped all over onto the side. So some of these pages are glued together on the side. So when she pulls it apart, she kind of has to take it off like this, like that. So it's not bad. I try to wipe off as much as I could, but I just used some printer paper, and my printer paper is a little bit longer than 8.5 by 11. I think it's like 8.5 by 13 or something. So I was able to get a lot of pages out from a couple of sheets. So there are the pages, and then I added a divider. I added 3 different dividers, so that way if she wants to divide them up between, like, if she's getting ready for Christmas dinner, she can do like what I need to bake, what I need to cook, what I need to buy. She can use these little dividers, and these dividers, again, you can remove. So these are removable. So she just has to remove this. So, sorry about that. So I made the dividers to where she can take them out and put them back in. So that way if she wants to move them around, she can. So this is the first one right here. And I use the charcuterie board die from Diva Designs, and I use the smallest one to create the little like tabs. So I let them hang off just a little bit on the edge here, and I just decorated with ephemera. And then I added some more pages in between. And then this one, like I said, I made the pages too long and it was hanging out, so I had to cut the top, but it doesn't look bad. It does say Baking Spirits Bright, and this one says Love in the Oven, and this one right here is in the middle. So then you just move that one up. It's just so that way the tabs are easier to get through, so I put one on the left, the middle, and the right side. So there's more pages here. As you guys can see, it's pulling off some of the paper. So there's that one. And then here's the other one. And again, all of these can be removed. So here's this one, and this one says Happiness is Home Baked, and this tab is on the right hand side. So there's that. And then once you flip this right here, when you get to the back, there's more tags. So here again, she can remove this one right here, and right here I just did some tags. I didn't hand cut, sorry. I die cut these tags, and these tags are from My Creative Time, but they're older. They're a lot older, and I don't think she sells them anymore. I just had them in my stash for so long. But yeah, I use that from my stash here, and it looks like this. So it's a stitched tag, and it has this top part right here, the reinforcer. I love it. It's one of my favorite tags. So it fit perfectly in one of those pockets from the Target Bullseye, and I did do some stamping on them, and I just use the From the Kitchen of stamp, so that way if she wants to use these tags instead of the mittens, she can go ahead and use these tags and she can hang them. I am gonna, put some string. My mom is creative also, so she has some art supplies or craft supplies, and so she can always use whatever string she has. Unless she doesn't have any that she wants to use, she can ask me and I can always give it to her whenever I see her. So yeah, I added some of those inside of this pocket right here. I did stitch the pocket because it was a little bit longer on the sides, so I did have to stitch it so that way I can cut off the edges. Sorry, yeah, so I think the stitching does add to the pockets, so I did do that to both pockets. I used mint colored thread that I used throughout the recipe book, and I just stitched the pocket down. So that's what I did on that page. And then again, another little card, because like I said, it was folded. That is now 2 pieces, and she can take this out and move it around as well. So there's that. And then the back of this one, I just did another pattern, and it is the cookie pattern, and that is the recipe book right there. And these are the dies that I use. So Scrap Diva's charcuterie board I used for the tabs. Then I used her mitten, stamp, and die set, which again I have shared in a unboxing video, but it just has a bunch of different sayings, and I die cut and stamped each one of these, so that way there's just a little bit of everything. You guys can see that some of my stamps did die a little bit, but doesn't ruin the stamp at all, and they stamped perfectly. And then I used that stamp, or that die from, what is that? Paper Rose from scrapbook.com. This is the berry die that I use, which also is from Paper Rose. These are two different ones, but they're both from Paper Rose. And it's the Holly Leaf Small, because the other one is stitched, and I didn't use the stitched ones because they're too big. So that's how that one looks. And then the stamp that I used for the from the Kitchen of is the one that I've shared before, and it's my favorite one. It's from Concord and Ninth, called Perfectly Penned. So I used from the Kitchen of. I could have used some other ones, but I just thought that was perfect. So that I used for the tags. So there it is. That is my project share. I hope that I inspired you guys to create some of these items. If you guys would like to shop what I have shown, I will make sure to leave the haul video down below for Diva Designs and her website, so that way it's easier for you guys to get there. Also for the kit from Fancy Pants Designs. And if you guys would like to save $10 for any of these little rhinestone pieces that I used, or pearls, I do have haul videos on that. I will leave all those links down below for you guys, so that way it's easier for you to get there, and the referral link is free to use. So there it is, you guys. That is my project share. I hope you guys got inspired, and if you guys picked up this collection, please tag me in what you guys make. I would love to see what you guys create with this collection. So I hope you'll have a great day, whatever day it is that y'all are watching this, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.